Hey guys! I made it! I personally just traveled from Frankfurt, Germany to Singapore, entering Singapore on the 5th of October. The very best thing about it is that I did not need to do any quarantine in Singapore. And why? Because I was well prepared and had all the required documents on hand. So the travel went very smoothly. Before we jump into the details, I would like to give a shout out to the Singapore Airlines crew that I flew with. They were simply amazing, phenomenal service, professional and always friendly. Definitely recommending the whole Singapore Airlines experience to everyone. So if you also want to travel to Singapore quarantine free during COVID times and you want to know about the process and the required documents, turn up the volume, sit back, relax and watch this video very closely. Please also make sure to read the video description below, as I will summarize all the information and also copy all the important links down there. It is very important that you do your own research before you travel. Let's go. The very basic question is, how is it even possible to travel to Singapore quarantine free during COVID times? Singapore has recently established the Vaccinated Travel Lanes, VTLs, with selected countries. The VTLs allow fully vaccinated travelers to enter Singapore quarantine free if certain requirements are met. As an example, since 9th of September this year, the VTL to Germany and Brunei from Singapore was established. Based on information from the Civil Aviation Authority of Singapore, as of 8th of October, almost 2,000 VTL travelers have entered Singapore. Among these travelers, there were only 2 positive COVID cases. They were detected immediately on arrival and they were isolated and did not have any interaction with the community. With the experience and confidence gained through these pilot schemes with Germany and Brunei, Singapore is actually planning to open up more VTLs to different countries. This includes Denmark, France, Italy, Spain, the Netherlands, UK, US, Canada, starting on the 19th of October, and at a later stage it will also be established to South Korea on the 15th of November. So a lot of people might have already heard of the VTLs, and at the same time some people might be unsure of the actual requirements or how it works and how smooth it goes. So today I would like to share my own experience going through the VTL entering Singapore, and I would like to give confidence to the people who actually use the VTL lanes. May it be for Singapore residents to go on a leisure trip outside of Singapore and come back, or for people from one of these selected VTL countries to enter Singapore and enjoy this beautiful country. Today we will keep it very simple. First, I will show you a list with a complete overview of the required documents. Secondly, we will discuss each point in detail. I will share my own experience, how it went for me, and what you have to keep in mind. For those who already researched the VTL or who have already gone through the VTL process, it sounds very easy and the process is very easy, but I know that a lot of people might have many different questions, so I hope to answer most of them today. I know it will not be all of them, but I hope you will enjoy and learn something. First, the list with the overview of required documents. These are the requirements for Singapore residents currently living in Singapore. Feel free to pause the video, take a quick look at the points, but as I said, the second step in our video will be that we together go through each point. Here, you can see the additional requirements for short-term visitors, for example, when you are a tourist coming to Singapore. Point number 1, the Vaccinated Travel Pass. Singaporeans and PRs do not need to apply for the VTP. However, everybody else needs to do so, and please use the above link to apply. When do you need to apply for the VTP? You need to apply at least 7 days and maximum 30 days before your intended arrival in Singapore. There's no fee for the application itself. After entering all the information during the application, once you submit, in my case, I received the approval via email after only 2 or 3 minutes. With the VTP approval, you have a single entry into Singapore and up to 6 days after that. For short-term travelers, do not forget the additional requirements such as a valid visa if required. This is how the VTP looks like when it's approved. Point number 2, Vaccination Certificate. Only fully vaccinated travelers are allowed into Singapore. You need to have received your full vaccination in your respective VTL country and/or Singapore. The last required vaccine must have been received at least 14 days before entering Singapore. Here in this link you can see what is considered fully vaccinated for Singapore and which vaccinations are eligible. For Singapore residents who are already fully vaccinated in Singapore, to get the vaccination certificate you can go to notarize.gov.sg and simply print it there for free. Point number 3. Before entering Singapore, the traveler needs to have stayed only in the VTL country of departure and or Singapore within the past 14 consecutive days. From 19th of October onwards, travelers can have been in their VTL country of departure and or the other VTL countries and or Singapore. Point number 4. Very important point. You have to book and fly only on designated VTL flights. I will show you a quick example on the Singapore Airlines website how you can identify whether this is a VTL flight or not. Go to singaporeair.com, click on book flights. In my case, for example, I would choose Frankfurt to Singapore. As you can see, the first flight shown here, departing at 12:30, is not a designated VTL flight. Scrolling down to the second flight departing at 10 p.m, we can see that this is definitely a designated VTL flight. Scrolling further down, the third flight departing at 8:15 in the morning is also not a designated VTL flight. Point number 5. Pre-departure PCR test. All travelers need to undergo a PCR test within 48 hours before the planned departure to Singapore. The test must be taken at an internationally accredited and recognized facility. In Germany, there are different test centers and laboratories. Myself, I personally went to Centogene, which is available at most German airports. I chose the option where I would get my result within 24 hours. Actually, in my case, I got it after 5-6 hours already. For those who have some budget to spare or are very much in a hurry, there are also options to get a PCR test result within only 6 hours or even 1 hour. Of course, it costs a little bit more. What is important is that the test result certificate includes the following information: the name and at least one other personal identifier. Of course, the negative test result, the date and time when the test was taken, and also the name of the institution. Point number 6. Prepayment of on-arrival PCR test. Once you arrive in Singapore, you will get off the plane, you will go through immigration, you will take your luggage, and then you will go straight to the test center and take an on-arrival PCR test. For that, it is important that before you travel to Singapore, you must register and also prepay for the PCR on-arrival test. The price is approximately 160 Sing dollars, and I've copied in the video description the link where you can register and prepay. Point number 7. Secure yourself a self-isolation accommodation. Even though with the VTL there's no quarantine requirement in Singapore, you still need to self-isolate after the on-arrival PCR test until you receive your negative test result. You will receive your test result via your provided email. In my case, it took only 5 to 6 hours after I took the test. Make sure to secure yourself a self-isolation accommodation in advance. You can read up exactly what accommodations are eligible. Point number 8. Submission of the Singapore arrival card. Starting 3 days before your trip to Singapore, you need to submit your health declaration, travel history, declare what accommodation you will stay in Singapore. This will all be done electronically through the e-service. In my case, the website unfortunately was down before my travels, but don't worry, if you could not make it to submit this Singapore arrival card, you have still the chance to get off the plane. The friendly officers at the airport will help you do it on site. Point number 9. Transportation between the airport and the self-isolation accommodation. After the on-arrival PCR test at the airport, you need to immediately go to the self-isolation accommodation. You can use private transport, taxi, private or hired cars. If you have the Grab app, you can go to Grab, select a different vehicle called Grab SHN, Stay Home Notice, or at the airport you can just follow the designated route and go to the taxi stand, and the friendly officers will get you to an eligible taxi. Point number 10. The last requirement for Singapore residents. The post-arrival Day 3 and Day 7 PCR test. If you enter before the 19th of October, you need to prepay during the VTP application, and also you have to do the test on the 3rd and 7th day after arrival. So for example, if you enter Singapore and clear immigration on the 10th of October, this is considered Day 1. This means that you will need to take another PCR test on the 12th of October as well as on the 16th of October, which is the 3rd and the 7th day after arrival. These two tests will not be required anymore for travelers entering Singapore through the VTL after the 19th of October this year. Now coming to the short-term travelers, including tourists. Additionally to the 10 previously mentioned requirements, for short-term travelers there are 3 additional requirements. Number 1, please check separately if you need a visa. I copied the link here and also in the video description below where you can check if you actually require a visa. Number 2, you need a travel insurance covering at least 30,000 Singapore dollars for COVID-related treatments. Please always carry a physical or digital copy with you of this insurance. If you don't know what kind of insurance to get, Check out this list as an example. The third additional requirement for short-term travelers is to download and register their profile on the TraceTogether app. In Germany we have the Luca app, in Singapore we have the TraceTogether app. And for the full requirements, how to download and create your profile, please see also these links and also copy in the video description below. So that was it, all the required documents covered. I hope this video helped you get a little bit more clarity and that a lot of more people will use the VTL lanes. I can't wait for the VTLs to the other countries. For the rest of the video I will show you some impressions from my trip back from Germany to Singapore. Enjoy!